Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Thursday, November 27, 2025. Making the headlines tonight, Health Ministry says don't panic following reports of E. coli in drinking water. Vehicle traffic tracking system already cutting fuel costs in the public service. And PM distances himself from Miss Universe co-owner under criminal investigation in Mexico. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
One of the reasons I applied for a credit card at Atlantic Bank was because I travel a lot. I'm always going here and there and everywhere, and having that card made my life so much easier. I could literally charge everything. I had no issues. I don't have to worry about carrying money, and that has been one of the most effective points. Using my Atlantic Bank credit card has improved my life drastically. I learned to budget properly, the online service that it gives, the features that it has, and also knowing that when I'm shopping online, it has a protective feature for it. Having an Atlantic Bank credit card, especially having 2 sons that are always wanting something. They want to shop here and they want to shop there. The good part about it is I get to look at Atlantic online to see where my spending is and to make sure I'm staying in budget.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments, just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or *100 key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
Today we officially hand over essential IT equipment to Belize's 9 municipalities under PAC's Readiness 10 program with the Green Climate Fund. This handover represents a tangible step forward in strengthening institutional capacity to build climate-resilient communities across the country. Prior to this, the GIS software licenses had already been provided under this project. GIS technology is one of the most powerful instruments available globally. It enables us to visualize, analyze, and interpret data to better understand relationships, patterns, and trends.
The Belmopan City Council has already embarked or is embarked on its implementation of GIS within the city of Belmopan. So any additional resources that we can utilize towards this project is definitely useful.
We will make sure that we make every good use of this to gather, like I said, information to ensure that we better prepare ourselves, and we continue to seek other opportunities to ensure that we prepare for what's ahead.
Climate change is the single most significant impact, threat, vulnerability, risk that our environment faces, as do we. It is the beginning, and we hope that with these equipment and with the ongoing support of programs like R10, I even shortened the name even more, we can build our capacity and our ability to be resilient against climate change.
Today is a moment to pause and acknowledge the progress we have made together in strengthening our urban communities. Your teams are now better equipped to use spatial analysis tools to support the development of climate-smart cities and towns.
Un grupo de gente que hemos trabajado muy duro, y la tierra es para la gente de Bellavista. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan tener tierra. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan desarrollarse en el futuro. Algo que les hacía falta por mucho tiempo. Nuestros padres vienen de las fincas bananeras. Somos gentes que hemos sufrido mucho, y ustedes como jóvenes se merecen mejores oportunidades.
If you didn't have land before, you will have land now. Once you have land, you have wealth.
I think they want to build, they want to settle.
I'm already having dreams of my home and everything.
You know, the wires are just, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I can finally begin to build a house.
It's just a great feeling, you know.
Mi amigo es un hermano, una persona para el pobre. ¿Estamos de acuerdo?
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Today, during a joint press conference organized by the Statistical Institute of Belize, SIB, Belize Water Services, and the Ministry of Health and Wellness, regarding a finding of E. coli in drinking water. The SIB clarified that they only tested areas and selected households across the country where residents would access and drink water. SIB's Director General Diana Castillo explained that the findings show that there are contaminants in these areas, but not necessarily that they originate from the drinking water itself.
The mixed module on household water quality provides nationally representative data on the quality of water that people actually consume in their homes. It provides complementary data to the utility water testing that is carried out by the Belize Water Services Limited and the regulatory compliance monitoring done by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The mixed water quality testing protocol was developed by UNICEF and the World Health Organization through the joint monitoring program to measure household exposure to waterborne contaminants. For our 2024 Mix 7, field staff underwent extensive preparation with a full 6 days dedicated to the water testing module. Training was delivered by a regional water quality expert from the WHO and observers from the Swiss Federal Institute of Aquatic Science and Technology conducted field checks during data collection to ensure proper implementation on the ground. The process involved the collection of 3 separate samples for each household that was assessed. A sample of drinking water taken from the point of consumption in a drinking vessel that household members would normally use, called the household sample. 1 at the point of collection from the household's perspective, where household members would touch their drinking water for the first time. So this would be the tap or bottled water dispenser, depending on the main source of drinking water for the household, and it's called the source water sample. And a control called the blank sample, taken from a high quality water source trusted to not contain any E. coli, which was used for blank testing to identify any cross-contamination that may have been introduced to the samples by the measurer. Aseptic protocols were consistently observed, and our control samples indicated no evidence of cross-contamination.
Dr. Laura Friesen, the acting Deputy Director of Public Health and Wellness, explained that the tests carried out in the field do not identify the types of E. coli or contaminants, and that residents have no reason to panic. She said it did highlight the need for proper cleaning of these areas and containers where water is stored and consumed. She also explained the routine testing the ministry does on drinking water sources.
Okay, so the test that was done in the field does not differentiate between types of E. coli because E. coli is simply an indicator of contamination. It is not a specific test, it's not a culture that we do to specifically check for disease causing E. coli. It is just an indicator that that sample was contaminated at some point within that household and in the handling of that water. So it's at this point in time, there is no need for us to consider that it would cause an outbreak. Of course, it does highlight the need for better hygiene and for better hand washing practices in the home and for better water practices in the home. So it does highlight that we do need to work towards that in our population, and all of us are part of that. But it's not a cause for alarm for an outbreak because it doesn't really show that level of data. Our mandate is to safeguard public health, or in other words, the health of the whole population. And part of this is to prevent illnesses linked to unsafe drinking water. We fulfill this mandate through the National Drinking Water Monitoring Program by undertaking systematic and comprehensive water quality monitoring at the National Drinking Water Quality Laboratory Unit. These samples are routinely tested for microbial contaminants such as E. coli and other physical and chemical characteristics to ensure that they comply with World Health Organization standards for potable water.
BWS Reps Hugo Rancharan, the Water and Wastewater Quality Compliance Manager, and COO Sanjay Keshwani explained the testing they do and the quality of water they pump into homes, and clarified that no BWS facility was tested during SIB's Mix 7.
Basically, for Belize Water Services Limited, our primary responsibility is to deliver accurate, reliable, and high-quality laboratory testing to protect public health and ensure customer safety. Our water samples are collected and analyzed on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis across all our distribution systems countrywide. We do have developed our safety monitoring protocols, manuals, etc., as well as our sample analysis protocols that we entail on a daily basis. Our operations team at the branch level now, they conduct daily routine monitoring of chlorine residuals at the designated control points throughout the network. On a whole, we ensure that adequate contact time and residual chlorine is within our distribution system at all times.
Any produced water, it goes through 7 different procedures or processes. It's intake, flocculation, coagulation, clarification, disinfection, storage, and supply. So at every steps, we make sure that water is being processed for a potable reason or for drinking purpose. And I would like to ensure or mention that we follow minimum WHO standard, but we aim for AWWA and ISO standards, which are more stricter than WHO standards. Now, one more clarification is that at no point of time The survey was done at BWS plant as source. It was done at the household level, and at their source means maybe they have the tank, or maybe their tap, or their receptacle, or their water coolers, example. So it has nothing to do with BWS, and it was more highlighting about hygiene practices at household level.
Today, the Acting Deputy Director of Public Health and Wellness, Dr. Laura Friesen, shared tips with residents on how to properly keep drinking water clean in both the home and the workplace. She reminded residents that during the pandemic, everyone was high on proper hygiene, but said it seems as though most of us have forgotten those practices.
Remember, hand hygiene is hand washing before and after eating, after using the bathroom, before preparing your food, and after preparing your food. These are very important measures. A lot of bacteria get transferred through our hands, through our fingernails, when we touch doorknobs, light switches, when we shake hands, when we open doors, we touch money, we touch a debit card. All of these things are high levels of bacterial load, so we need to practice good hand washing in the home, in the school, and at work. Good food hygiene is important. Proper food storage. Don't leave food out in the stove all day. Wash your hands before you touch your dishes. Wash your hands after preparing food and before preparing your food. Separating vegetables and meat, separating raw and cooked food. All of these are important, and these are places where contaminants such as E. coli can pass around in a household. Treating untreated water before consumption with chlorine or boiling. For example, we have a lot of persons in Belize who use water from rainwater sources or other sources that are not treated. So these persons need to be aware that when they are consuming this water, they are highly likely to be consuming contaminants such as E. coli, parasites, and other microorganisms. So we need to make sure we're cleaning the water before we're drinking it or using it to cook. Also, cleaning vats, reservoirs, water containers, water dispensers, 5-gallon jugs regularly, and keeping any water container covered with a lid. A lot of us have these water containers in our places of work. How often do they get disinfected? In our homes, how often do they get disinfected? So we need to be looking at how we're storing the water, because that's a major source of contamination as well when we have improper storage of water in the house.
Among the $78 million supplementary appropriation bill presented in the House of Representatives last week for the previous fiscal year ended March 31, 2025, was funding allocated for the purchase and implementation of a vehicle trafficking system in the public service. Prime Minister John Bersenio shared that the measure has already started yielding positive results when it comes to cost saving on fuel.
$1.3 million was attributed to the Ministry of Finance for vehicles and the vehicle tracking system. Under this government, Madam Speaker, know that we're putting tracking systems, and now even that we'll be able to shut down vehicles over the weekend that cannot be used only if you have permission. We're already starting to see a decrease in the amount of fuel that is being used.
In the supplementary appropriation for the current fiscal year, there is also an allocation for the acquisition of vehicles, but the PM says they are not purchasing expensive vehicles.
Also pertaining to the Ministry of Finance is $3.7 million for the acquisition of vehicles. Now let me mention something when it comes to the issue of vehicles, Madam Speaker. We have done a number of things when it comes to that. First of all, most of these vehicles are replacing vehicles. After 4 or 5 years in the service, these vehicles, we need to replace them. It costs more to keep them running than to, in effect, buy another one. Secondly, we are not buying luxury vehicles. In many instances, some ministries, the public service ministries, they would send us wanting to buy luxury vehicles, and we have rejected that. And so most people, they buy SUVs and pickups in a range between $50,000 and $60,000. Secondly, what we have been doing now, we have put in trackers on these vehicles so that we could monitor the use of this vehicle. So whenever a public officer would go to say, okay, they have to go to a meeting or they have to go somewhere, we will know exactly where they're going. And then the ministry responsible for that vehicle then can know exactly where you have been. Because many times some of our officers, they say they're going to a meeting, and they go to a meeting for only half an hour, and then after that, you don't see them for the rest of the day. Or the weekends, they're using it as their personal vehicle. Now, I understand that sometimes they want to use that vehicle, but at the end of the day, it's costing us a lot of money. So these truckers now, we are already seeing that the use of the vehicles are being minimized, and immediately also we're starting to see the amount of fuel that's being used. It's going down.
The Miss Universe pageant this year has been rocked with scandal after scandal, the latest involving its co-owner Raul Roca Cantu, who is being investigated in Mexico for drug, gun, and fuel trafficking between that country and Guatemala. The investigation is being conducted by specialized organized crime prosecutors within Mexico's Attorney General's office. Roca's name appeared with 12 others on an arrest warrant dated September 15 out of Querétaro. Mexican newspaper Reforma first reported that prosecutors had sought the warrant against him. After the publication of their report, the Attorney General's office informed that they are still gathering essential information to advance the investigation entered on Roca. The investigation started in November 2024 based on an anonymous tip. Roca's conglomerate spans corporations, industrial materials and planning, casinos, and fuel distribution companies. He is also honorary consultant for Guatemala and Mexico. Roca has denied all allegations against him. Apart from his ties to Miss Universe, the development is making news in Belize because in early October last year, Prime Minister John Briceño, along with Dr. Osman Martinez and the Minister of Public Utilities, Michelle Shabat, held talks with Roca and his team at the headquarters of Roca's legacy holding in Mexico. Roca posted on his Instagram at the time, and they discussed economic development opportunities between the two countries, including bilateral trade, investment in infrastructure, and collaboration in energy, tourism, and technology. Also present for the meeting was Belize's ambassador to Mexico, His Excellency Oscar Arnold. Today, the Prime Minister told Creme News XTV, quote, "I met Mr. Roca once when his company expressed interest in Belize and haven't heard from him or any member of his company," end quote. In a press release today, the Office of the Prime Minister stated that the PM was part of an official governmental meeting with Roca and others to discuss opportunities for trade and investment. Dr. Martinez has explained that the meeting took place during the visit for the swearing-in of President Claudia Sheinbaum. The release adds, quote, PM Briceño has participated in such meetings around the world and has met with persons at all levels of government and business in his professional capacity, end quote. Notably, the office of the PM accuses Channel 7's news editor, Jules Vasquez, of, quote, petty, personal, malicious, and frankly ridiculous attacks, end quote, on Briceño. The tone of the release is ultra-combative, personal, and accusatory against Vasquez, whose media house first reported on the meeting the PM had with Roca last year. It's a departure from the usual restrained style of government communications, but it is not the first time the language has been used against Vasquez, whom the release says engages in yellow journalism and hysterical rants. The release also threatens that if such attacks continue, it will pursue every legal recourse against Vasquez. After the break, San Pedranos raise concern about unusual vessel. Stay with us.
When Shell V-Power flows through your engine, confidence flows through you. Choose the fuel that 100% cleans critical engine parts and keeps your engine performing like new.
one fun day on, the window open and the light may turn off. It looks like you listen to me, Jamie.
Not only that, I even get a new coffee mug where keep my coffee hot all day.
I'm impressed. You don't look like you're so hard here.
Better than that, BL can change my meter to one of their new smart meter. They call it the AMI.
Oh, I hear about it on TV for a BL ad, you know.
Yes, man. It don't reach the man better to change it right now. Let's go check it out.
Hey guys, I'm almost done here.
So that when you reach my area?
We're upgrading meters across Belize. House by house, business by business. Always look out for BL logo, uniforms, and IDs. BL will make you know when we're in the area. The EMI meter rollout is a part of BL strategy to modernize our energy services.
You don't need to come in at my house, right?
Come in at your house, boss, only if you got something good for you.
BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Sir, your item is ready for viewing.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, after that, help you out right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Un grupo de gente que hemos trabajado muy duro y la tierra es para la gente de Bellavista. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan tener tierra. ¿Para qué? Para que los jóvenes puedan desarrollarse en el futuro. Algo que les hacía falta por mucho tiempo. Nuestros padres vienen de las fincas bananeras. Somos gentes que hemos sufrido mucho y ustedes como jóvenes se merecen mejores oportunidades.
If you didn't have land before, you will have land now. Once you have land, you have wealth.
I think they want to build, they want to settle.
I'm already having dreams of my home and everything.
You know, the wires are just, I'm really excited. I'm really happy. I can finally begin to build a house.
It's just a great feeling, you know.
Mi amigo es un hermano, una persona para el pobre. ¿Estamos de acuerdo?
Belize City, get ready to unwrap a Christmas to remember. Your Belize City Council, in collaboration with Coca-Cola, invites you to the annual Belize City Christmas Tree Lighting Ceremony 2025. Come and witness our trees as they light up and bring warmth to this festive season. Join us on Friday, November 28, 2025 at 6 p.m. as we officially kick off the holidays and celebrate the true reason for the season, the birth of Christ. Prepare for the biggest tree lighting ceremony yet, featuring the spectacular Francis Renaud concert series, the Christmas edition, live on Albert Street. But that's not all. Shop gifts and treats from our local vendors. Plus, get a chance to win exciting prizes and much more. Bring the kids to meet Santa and enjoy free cupcakes and Coca-Cola. And there's a designated seating area for the elderly. This tree lighting ceremony you won't want to miss. Save the date. Friday, November 28, 2025 at 6 p.m. on Albert Street. Your Belize City Council. Always about the people.
San Pedro residents are very vigilant about threats to their pristine environment, and today they raise concerns over a vessel spotted off the coast of the island. The craft appeared unusual, leading some to speculate it might even be a drilling vessel. We checked with the Belize Port Authority, BPA, which confirmed that a Mexican-flagged vessel was to make a call to Belize for legal compliance. The Captain America is an offshore supply vessel, and according to the BPA, it was to make a brief and limited call to Belize today. Offshore supply vessels are designed to transport goods, equipment, and personnel to and from offshore installations like oil rigs, drilling platform, and wind farms. According to the BPA, due to domestic regulatory requirements in Mexico relating to documentation, the vessel is legally required to depart Mexican jurisdiction and proceed to a foreign port before re-entering Mexico. The BPA explained that once the vessel anchored at the designated area, it would be boarded by the relevant Belizean authorities for standard verification and clearance procedures. Once that is completed, the vessel was to promptly depart Belize and return to Mexico. We're told the vessel was traveling slowly en route to English Key and would have remained for an hour or two sometime today before heading back. Evan Tillett, the BTB's Director of Tourism, has admitted that the absence of mainland docking facilities continues to hurt the industry as larger cruise ships are bypassing Belize. Tillett says that once those facilities are completed in the next 4 years or so, the cruise ship arrivals are expected to trend back upwards.
I will say that the numbers are still low, but I think currently we are ahead of pace over 2024. The reality of the situation is that we need a mainland port docking facility. And to my knowledge, it is being worked on. And so we should be able to have some movement to see the numbers go up when that is completed within the next couple of years. And the rationale is that you have ships that are bypassing us right now because they're just too big to tender. And so that is really what's affecting the low numbers in the destination. But there are two things at play. One The docking facility, it's in process in terms of the development of it and having it ready. And I think that the government has seen the need for it, and they're doing the right things in order to put that in place. But also, there is now a trend where the cruise ships are now building smaller ships. So they have changed the dynamics now. Instead of going to build these humongous ships, and they're now going back to building smaller ships, because then it's a situation where you could low impact, high value. I think that is a part of the strategy that they are employing.
CEO in the Ministry of Tourism, Nicole Solano, said that the ministry continues to engage with the cruise lines and said she does not believe they are losing patience with the country. She also revealed that they are exploring the idea of smaller vessels docking and staying overnight in the south.
We continue to engage the cruise lines. It's important. Both Mr. Tillett, our minister, continue to sit down around the table with all the major cruise lines, talk to them, encourage them. I do believe that our product and the fact that we are a significant shore excursion destination, I think that will never change, and it will always put Belize in a position where we're attractive to the lines. But at the same time, we have to respect the business, and we have to understand that they also have numbers that they need to reach. So what you're saying is true. We need to be able to give them the confidence that we're on that road, and I think we do. I think we continue to stay in contact with them. I don't believe that they are losing. I think we're okay. At the same time, along the lines of what Mr. Tillett was mentioning, there are smaller cruise ships, and we look at the boutique cruises. We're in talks about having some of those smaller ships actually overnight in Belize, especially in the south. There are opportunities, I think, that we haven't explored beyond the traditional larger cruise lines that match with our product. So all of those discussions continue, and we have to look for those unique opportunities that match with what Belize is.
The 2025 tourist arrival figures are on trend to be the best ever for Belize. However, back in September, a significant 8.6% decrease in arrivals was recorded. On Wednesday, tourism stakeholders explained why this may have been the case. Director of Tourism, Evan Tillett, explained that the uncertain global landscape and the immigration issues in the U.S. may have played a part. Belize Hotel Association President Reynaldo Malik argued that airlines not offering competitive rates during the slow season plays a key role as well.
I believe that is a number of factors. September traditionally is one of the slowest months, or the slowest months in the entire calendar, and that has been traditionally. But I think there's also some effect in terms of the U.S. immigration posture policy that affects the travel back and forth. Some people don't want to travel because they don't know if they'll be able to get back into the U.S. So that definitely had an effect.
The cost of a vacation does not only include the cost of a hotel, there's also the cost of travel. And so when the airlines, in my opinion, don't cooperate with the destination in terms of lowering the costs in the shoulder seasons, then it's going to be a challenge for folks that are already in, most of them coming from a market that's facing economic uncertainty or uncertainties. And so when you go through the shoulder months with airline rates that are still upwards of $650, $700, $800 US round trip, then that's going to always in itself pose a challenge. It then falls on the burden then falls on the shoulders of private sector, the hotels, the tour operators, etc., to push our prices down even more. But we ourselves here in Belize are faced with rising costs as well to provide the quality of experience that we have been providing over the last years. And so that then becomes a challenge. We can only do so much as far as lowering our rates in those shoulder months.
Belize's Philip Golson International Airport has one of the highest landing fees in the region, almost double the average. It's long been known that the airline carriers would like the fee to decrease. It appears the ministry is aware of the complaint, but it seems the Belize Airport Concession Company, which operates the international airport, is not in favor of reducing these fees. Here is Ministry of Tourism CEO Nicole Solano.
Airport and the airport company is a company that we have to consistently speak to because the development of the airport, the fees associated, all of that does, as you rightfully said, impact on the airline fees. It's something that we've grappled with for a long time, especially in looking at potential from regional carriers, the low-cost carriers, how we can try and find a way around some of that, no? But it is necessary. I think that they have expressed the importance of keeping those fees in place, and we continue to work along with them to try and address that. But I think we need a mix. We need a mix of the legacy carriers. We need a mix of the low-cost carriers, and we have to find a way to ensure that we're presenting to all of these airlines the value of flying into Belize. This is precisely what we did when we went on the European tour the other day, that we were joined by the private sector as well, trying to present the case that Belize does present that opportunity. We're building the market. What are we doing in marketing? How are we going to build demand so that we can attract these carriers?
After the break, BCCI's annual Christmas extravaganza is here again. And are the upgrades at PGIA too little too late? Stay tuned.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or *100 key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
One of the reasons I applied for a credit card at Atlantic Bank was because I travel a lot. I'm always going here and there and everywhere, and having that card made my life so much easier. I could literally charge everything. I had no issues. I don't have to worry about carrying money, and that has been one of the most effective points. Using my Atlantic Bank credit card has improved my life drastically. I learned to budget properly, the online service that it gives, the features that it has, and also knowing that when I'm shopping online, it has a protective feature for it. Having an Atlantic Bank credit card, especially having two sons that are always wanting something. They want to shop here and they want to shop there. The good part about it is I get to look at Atlantic online to see where my spending is and to make sure I'm staying in budget.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
This year's celebration takes place under the theme Invest, Innovate, Sustain, Leading the Change in Renewable Energy Frontiers. This theme is both timely and visionary. It reminds us that the key to Belize's energy future lies in our ability to invest in transformative technologies, innovating through collaboration, and sustain our progress through shared responsibility.
When we create spaces, internships, research labs, and innovation challenges where young Belizeans can turn their ideas into renewable solutions made for Belize, where opportunity is rewarded with support for exploration, we all win.
Across the region, CARICOM member states are collaborating to invest, innovate, and sustain to build systems that are resilient to climate change impacts, responsive to community needs, and responsible to our planet. Our ministry proudly works hand in hand with CARICOM and our regional partners to ensure that Belize continues to lead by example. Because when the Caribbean stands together on clean energy, we send a message to the world. Small nations can lead in big ways.
Let us invest boldly in our renewable energy. Let us invest together from the classroom to the boardroom. And let us sustain this progress with unity and purpose so that what we build today, tomorrow, becomes the foundation of a stronger, cleaner future.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season. Only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
Enhanced service and faster sickness benefit claim processing are at your fingertips with SSB's healthcare feature, accessible via the My Social Security self-service portal. Your convenience during illness is key. Now your doctor can certify your period of illness, and your employer can confirm your employment details digitally, eliminating the need to visit our office. But wait, it gets better. You can also review the medical certificate provided by your doctor in your My Social Security account, along with real-time processing updates, keeping you informed. To ensure a smooth process, always review your electronic medical certificate before you hit submit. Upon submission, your employer is notified via email of your claim submitted to SSB and must respond within 48 hours for your claim to be automatically processed. For more information, check out our guides on our website and YouTube pages. Social Security at your fingertips.
Yes, I want to do farming. Fruits, vegetables, anything. You don't have to go there and buy, you have your own thing.
This never happened when I come here too, baby. That's why you look.
200 lots, more lots than people with the land of Cassia. So when I pick them when I ban yet to get land.
You could look at all of them, how happy they are. They're so, man, these people don't know how to express themselves right now.
People who have never had a land before, will live here for years, finally get something to say, okay, I have something in my name,
So when you get your piece of land, you have to hold on to your land. You have something to pass on to your picnic.
Use your land, make it useful.
Don't sell your land because it is gold. You're investing in your own selves and your children down the road.
I know how to say thank again because it's a great achievement.
Back in 2023, the operator of the Philip Golson International Airport, the Belize Airport Concession Company, announced a major expansion work totaling some $264 million. The original plan was to have the works completed by 2045, which seemed excessively long for an airport that is considerably outdated and very small given its airplane traffic during peak hours. Fortunately, the expansion is being expedited and should now be completed by 2030. However, are the expansion and upgrades too little and coming too late to capitalize on Belize's emergence as a trendy tourist destination? BTB Director of Tourism Evan Tillett does not believe so.
Of course, we would have wanted to see it happen years ago, but the fact that it's happening, it will take some time for it to be completed. I think it's a 3-part project. I think the first part, if I remember correctly, started 2023 and should end, I think, 2030, I believe. But the improvement is definitely welcome. there are some logistical challenges, and I think some of the improvements will address those. In terms of attracting airlines, there are some services that we would like to see, like for instance an FBO, which is a fixed base operator that will allow us to cater to the ultra luxury type of travel. So that's important. In terms of the upgrades, I think what I have seen so far is heading along the right path, and if that's indication of what the other improvements will bring, because they will also increase the departure as well as the arrival lounge, and I think that's necessary because we if you go there on a Saturday when you have 26 flights on the ground, it's really chaotic and congested. So I think those things are important, and the fact that it is happening, I think, shows that there's a commitment to fix it, and it will only get better going forward.
The Christmas season may officially kicks off this weekend for many as the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry brings back its Christmas extravaganza. The one-day event is set for Saturday, November 29, and it will take place at the Belize City Civic Center. It will be a full day of festive deals, entertainment, and family fun. Gates open at 9 a.m. and the extravaganza runs straight through to 5:30 p.m., giving shoppers and families plenty of time to explore an exciting lineup of local vendors, promotions, and holiday surprises. From handmade crafts and gift items to specialty foods, fashion, beauty products, and household goods, the event is expected to offer something for everyone. The Chamber says this year's extravaganza will feature exclusive Christmas discounts, interactive booths, and live entertainment throughout the day. Shoppers can expect giveaways, product demos, and activities designed to bring the spirit of the season to life. Organizers are encouraging families, young professionals, and early Christmas shoppers to take advantage of the festive marketplace, which also serves as a platform for small and medium-sized businesses to showcase their products to hundreds of holiday consumers. We spoke with Andrew Usher, the Chamber's marketing and PR manager.
This year marks the 14th edition of the Christmas Extravaganza. It's typically an event where, we do our best to connect businesses with consumers. In this case, we get a lot of micro, small, and medium businesses who come out and participate at this event. And it's really about the festive season or the pre-holiday season, so to speak. So I think everybody knows about Black Friday. This is our version of Black Friday, if you want to call it that, where we brought out a great group. I believe it's over 40 plus exhibitors that are going to be at the Belize City Civic Center this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. That is November 29th, once again, this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And they're going to be selling different products. They're going to be highlighting different services that they offer. Some of them are primarily dedicated to the festive holiday season. So you are going to see products out there that are seasonal. So the rum popo and the black cake, the Christmas cookies, the Christmas cakes, the different types of items that you'd expect during this time. And there are also going to be different, institutions out there that are going to be highlighting their services. So, for example, we have Galen University and the University of the West Indies that are going to be out there to highlight their upcoming semester and different programs that you can take there as well. If you're interested in purchasing, different toys or gift items for your loved one, there's going to be a lot of people out there selling electronics, selling clothing, selling niche items that you might not expect to get out there. So definitely jewelry, items for your pets, items for your home. We have a great list of exhibitors that is featured on our Facebook page. So if you go on our Facebook page, you can go there and see the list as well as the map of where they're going to be, and make it easy for yourself if you're coming out there with your family. It's only $5 to enter for adults, and for adults, for us, that's ranges from ages 12 and up. And the great thing about it is that kids enter for free. So you don't have to worry about, paying for your kids. They enter for free, and those are 11 and under. And the first 25 kids who show up to the event actually get a free mystery toy.
Usher invites everyone to bring out the entire family.
Say 25 toys, but it's a bit more. But that's just, to highlight the fact that we're giving away these gifts at the event. It's a way for the kids to really enjoy and be a part of the experience, and also for the parents to be able to bring out the entire family, because sometimes you might say, oh well, it's only me that can go because there's nothing there for the kids. And that's not necessarily so. So there's going to be somebody, something for every member of the family. It's a great opportunity to learn about what's in the market as well, because we do have a lot of people that will be selling products that are specifically catered to this time of year, like I mentioned before. And, it's just something to look forward to. I think there's a lot of activities happening across the country, and especially so in the city. We're hoping, since it's indoors, that it won't be affected by the rains. We know we do have predicted showers between today and over the weekend, but, hoping that the weekend it kind of clears up a bit, that it's really only isolated showers, that we won't really be expecting anything that hampers us. But yeah, it's a great event to really see what's available during this time of year. Get your pre-shopping done, start your budgeting one time and learn what's available. And you can always reach out to these people in advance. So we share our exhibitors list on social media. You can reach out to them and say, hey, I don't really have much time. I'm from out of town, but I will be in the city this weekend. Can I stop by at the event and pick up my item and check out what else might be around? That's something that you could potentially do. So we're encouraging everybody to come out, and the price is right, and hopefully people have a great experience too.
29 entrepreneurs from across Belize received a financial boost this morning as Beltrade hosted an award ceremony to present each recipient with a $7,000 business grant. The initiative, aimed at strengthening small and micro enterprises, supports business owners in expanding operations, purchasing equipment, or improving services. The recipients represent a diverse range of sectors, including agriculture, retail, beauty, food services, manufacturing, and creative industries. Beltrade officials said the program is part of their ongoing commitment to fostering entrepreneurship, increasing economic resilience, and empowering local innovators, especially at a time when access to capital remains a major challenge for small businesses. Jorge Gentle, manager at SBDC Belize, told the media more.
We're here at the third seed capital ceremony under the Belize Enterprise Empowerment Project, which is a fantastic initiative funded by the CARICOM Development Fund and implemented by Beltrade in conjunction with partners who have participated in the evaluation process that have identified awardees from various categories in the entrepreneurial space in Belize. We have had 74 applicants and awardees, 74 awardees, hundreds of applicants across the categories of startup, maturing, and exporting businesses. So we've gotten a lot of interest. There have been many applicants. Of course, our criteria is quite rigorous in terms of what we're looking for in applications are, one, completeness, as well as innovation, and really looking for that sustainability aspect in project plans. But just to mention that the partners in our selection process have been the Development Finance Corporation, the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the National Institute of Culture and History, together with representatives from Beltrade. And so the criteria that has been developed to assess the applications that we've received really looks for what stands out, in the business ideas that have presented. Looking at sustainability, of course, we're guided by green, blue, and orange, principles. And so anything that kind of, really speaks to that, and very importantly also speaks to that sustainability aspect, which of course does not only mean environmental, it means viability. We're looking at what will have impact. And so what we've really been looking for across the different categories are businesses that really have strong potential, strong promise to either continue from the startup phase, continue to mature in terms of scaling, and of course tapping into export markets in terms of the exporting category.
Gentle shared there is oversight regarding the use of the funds.
Just to mention that a part of the selection process is an interview. So they actually have to come and do a pitch in front of the panel of evaluators and basically convince us that they're standing behind their project, their business ideas, and that it is viable. Once that has been tallied, the scores are added up, and then they go through a training phase. And so there are a number of training sessions that they have to participate in, all involving small business management. And so once they have successfully completed or attended 80% of the training activity, then they are eligible to receive their grants, right? That process will have developed a business plan, an investment plan, and that is what the funds are meant to basically realize, to go into. So either equipment, certification, training, new infrastructure, or different aspects that the business needs. So the plan is, because they then become clients of the Small Business Development Center, to continue with the support, the check-ins, the monitoring, and of course to ultimately have reporting on the impact. Training is primarily provided by facilitators and business advisors emanating from the Small Business Development Center and Export Belize units of Beltrade. Of course, if there's a specialized topic, we then reach out to a partner who is capable and qualified to provide that facilitation and that training. And so that is where the guidance comes from. And so there is this program of topics that are then covered. And then, as I mentioned, participation is important. And so once they have, really successfully stuck with it, then they become eligible. It's over the course of 5 weeks.
Beneficiaries express gratitude for the support, noting that the grant will help them grow their enterprises and create more opportunities within their communities. Beltrade says it will continue to offer business development training and mentorship to ensure recipients can maximize the impact of the funding. The Protected Areas Conservation Trust Pact recently received approval from the Green Climate Fund, GCF, to develop a full proposal for a major climate resilience project aimed at strengthening Belize's national protected areas system. The announcement was made on November 19, 2025 during COP30 in Belém, Brazil, where PACT Board Chair Milagro Matos, Executive Director Abil Castaneda, and representatives from the Ministry of Economic Transformation joined GCF Regional Director Kristen Lang for a ceremonial signing. The upcoming project, Strengthening the Belize National Protected Areas System to provide resilience and reduce vulnerability of communities against climate change, will focus on enhancing ecosystem integrity, supporting biodiversity, and increasing climate resilience in protected and buffer communities. At Belize's direct access entity to the GCF, PACT will lead the preparation of the full proposal in collaboration with the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change, and Solid Waste Management, and the Association of Protected Areas Management Organizations. PACT's Executive Director Abil Castaneda said the approval demonstrates growing international confidence in Belize's ability to advance nature-based climate solutions and manage climate finance directly. The PPF approval strengthens Belize's leadership in climate finance and contributes to a developing pipeline of strategic resilience-focused projects across the country. And the North Side office of outgoing UDP leader Moses Shine Barrow was burglarized on Sunday, November 2nd. He reported to police that around 4 p.m. that day, he secured the burglar bar door of his office in the Home Park area of Belize City, but did not lock the main door. He left, and when he returned an hour and a half later, he found that the office had been burglarized. Missing were electronic items including a MacBook laptop, an iPhone, a Redmi cell phone, footwear, and perfumes. The total value of the items stolen is estimated at $7,500. Police are investigating. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.